Hello everyone, I'm going to go over the foot and ankle exercises we went in the class. So start with your shoes and socks off, sat up nice and tall in your chair. And we're first going to look at the movement of pointing the toe. This needs flexibility at the front of the ankle and strength at the back of the ankle and the calf to be able to point the toe. So first of all, let's just do some gentle warm-up exercises. Just taking one leg off the ground and gently circling the ankle round one way and round the other way. Well done. Let's change feet, just circling it round one way and the other way. Swap legs again. Then we're going to point the foot, which is the one movement, and then we're going to pull the toe back, which is the other movement, which is called flexing. So point and flex, and you'll feel the different muscles of your leg working as you do those two movements. Well done, swap legs. So as you flex the foot, you feel the front of the shin working. As you point the foot, you'll feel the back of the calf working. Point and flex. Both of those are very important movements. Okay, so let's look at the first movement. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my side angle. And just have one foot here so you can see. So if I want to stretch the front of the ankle, one way of doing it is just coming up onto a ball of the foot, pointed toe. Now that's not much of a stretch for me, it might be, so if you have your foot further out and do it, you can see that you have less of a stretch, but if you bring the foot back further and lift it up, you get more of a stretch at the front. So just keep doing it, bringing the foot back a little bit each time and see if you can still keep the ball of the foot on the ground and lift the front forward here, push the front of the foot forward. Well done. So let's do that together now. So up onto the balls of the feet, try to do both together if you can. If you were standing on your feet, you wouldn't be able to get as high up as this. So the weight of your body would be pushing you down a little bit. So we've got no weight because we're sitting down. So we can really lift up as high as we can onto the balls of the feet. We're holding these for at least 5 seconds and lowering them down. Let's try that again. Lifting, holding, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lowering. And again, up as high as you can, push the front of the foot forward, lift the heel as high as you can. 3, 2, 1, lower. One last time, up we come as high as we can, holding, pushing up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Just relax the legs out, give them a little wiggle, a little shake. Okay, we're going to take that exercise one stage further now. So we're going to go from a ball of the foot, which is what we've just done, to the point of a toe. Now, you might want to actually grab under your leg and lift it up a little bit so that you take a bit more weight off it when you go up to the pointed toe. And then gradually, as you get stronger here, you can let go of the leg and just balance on the pointed toe. Holding, again for 5 seconds if you can, and then lowering down. Well done. You may find you get cramp in the arch of your foot, so just stretch it out if you need to. So we're going from the ball of the foot to the tip of the toe and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. All the way back down, tap it out. Let's change legs now. So going from flat foot to ball of foot to tip of toe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap feet again. Ball of foot, tip of toe. If you tuck it back under a little bit more, you might find you get a bit more of a stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. And the other side, ball of the foot, tip of the toe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You may be able to do them both feet together. I find it pretty difficult to try and get onto my tiptoes on both. I find it quite a strain. So I prefer to do one foot at a time. Anyway, have a little wiggle out again. Well done. And believe it or not, I'm going to take it one stage further. Remember, we're trying to stretch the front of the ankle. So this one, not only do we go ball of foot, tip of toe, we actually lift this toe up now and tuck it underneath and curl the toes under. You get a really good stretch, not only in the front of the ankle, but down the front of the foot. If it's too much, just hold it as long as you can. If it's too much weight on the leg, remember, put the hands under the thigh and lift the leg up a little bit to take some of the weight off the toe. 3, 4, 5, and relax, give those toes a wiggle. Changing feet, so we go from flat foot, tip toe, pointed toe, tucking the toes under. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's try that again. Ball of the foot, tip of the toe, lift the foot, tuck the toes under, and push this front part of the foot forward. Just ignore my other foot. Look at the front foot here. So we're giving a good stretch down the front of that leg. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Changing feet again. So just looking at this foot now. Ball of foot, tip of toe, tucking the feet under and pushing the front of the foot forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Swapping again. Last time now. Lifting from flat foot, ball of foot, tip of toe, lift the toes back, tuck them under. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And last one. Just look at this foot. Flat foot, tip of toe, lift, tuck the toes under and stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Just wiggle those toes out. Now you can shut the curtain. You can do them for longer than 5 seconds and build them up for longer than 5 seconds, but aim for 5 seconds to start with. Well done. So that was strengthening the front of the ankle. I now want to look at strengthening the front of the ankle. And we do this with our band. So you're still in the chair. You take the band and put it around the ball of the foot and the toes. Keeping the heel of the heel of the foot on the floor. Straighten the leg out so it's almost straight at the knee. Pull strongly on the band. So the band is quite short and quite strong, and then push the toes down as much as you can. I've just got to bring the band a little bit higher up so I get it across the ball of my foot. That's it. So from a flex foot, pushing all the way down to get your foot on the ground. So you've got this angle here of pointed toe. And again, push all the way down and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, release up, push down, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, release up, push down, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, release up. 2 more, push down, point the toe, get the toes right down into the floor. 3, 2, 1, release, and last one, big push now. 3, 2, 1, and slowly recover. So you should feel the work around the ankle joint. Let's swap feet now. So make sure the band is over the toe, over the ball of the foot, and just covering the toes. That leg is almost straight out in front of you. You've sat in the chair, you've got your heel resting on the floor. Keep the band really tight and strong and push down, hold. Try to get the toes down as well. 3, 2, 1, release up. Just move my heel out a little bit further, push down. So I've got a really big stretch to get that foot down now. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift slowly up. Make the band tighter if it's too easy, remember. Push all the way down, toes, ball of the foot on the ground, toes on the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll do 2 more. Get that band really tight. And big push away, hold it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. And very last one, big push down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done, well done. Just give those toes a wiggle and a tap out. Super work. So we're going to move on to the second movement now. That was all about pointing. The next movement's about lifting the toes up, lifting the feet up, closing the angle at the front of the ankle and stretching the back of the ankle. Okay, so let's look at the stretching first. How do we stretch this bit of the ankle? If we're just sat up normally, there's not much of a stretch here with the feet flat on the floor, but what we can do is just take a little step back with each feet, just let the knees come forward, and we can see the angle has increased here, so we're getting more stretch in the ankle. Basically, you just keep doing that until you get so far back that your heels, when I get to about there, I can't get my heel down anymore. So I'm trying, just pushing my heels down, the very tip of my heels down, and you can see that good stretch I've got up the ankle. So let's get to as far your strongest position you can get into, where you feel the most stretch, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Just bring the feet back to where they were. Some of you might like to just do it at one stretch at a time, 1 foot at a time, sorry. You might feel that's better for you, so you do 1 foot and then you do the other foot. Or if you feel safe and confident to do both feet at the time, have a go at that again. So we'll do one more, pushing the heels back as far down as we can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, well done. Just relax the feet for the moment. Okay, we're going to work the front of the shin now. So I'll show you from the side first. So first of all, we're just going to lift the toes up. Can you see that? I'm very close enough. So my heels are down, and I'm going to lift my toes off the ground, but the ball of the foot is still on the floor. So that is just toe strength there, lifting the toes up off the floor, but my feet are staying down. Okay, just lifting and spreading the toes. Okay, this time relax the toes and just lift the feet. Lift the feet up as high as you can off the floor. We do this in the class when we do our penguin walks, don't we? Where we walk on our heels like this. So let's take it at one stage further. Lift the toes first and then the feet. So you're straining on the toes and lifting the feet up as well. Well done. So how are we going to make this exercise harder? There's a couple of ways of doing it. One way is to just rest. Say I'm going to be working my right foot. I'm just going to rest my left foot literally on top of my right foot there. And I'm going to try and lift up that right foot. Just show you from the side. So that is my flat foot there. I put the other foot on top and I try to lift up. I can still lift up quite well. So what I'm going to do now is just keep the feet where they are. I'm going to push down on the top leg hard, push down hard, and then try and lift the bottom foot. Now that's a lot harder. And we're going to try and hold it for 5. So push down. You can even put your hands on your knee if you want, or just above the knee, and push down with your hands as well if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just relax for a moment. Give those toes a wiggle. I'll show you from the side again. So I'm going to place my spare foot on top of that toe and lift that foot up. Push down with the top foot, up with the bottom foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Have a little wiggle out. And one last one. Push down and then pull up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Give those toes a wiggle out. If you're not used to doing toe exercises, if you need a rest, just pause the video if you need to and come back to it later. Okay, let's move to the other foot now. So remember, we're doing this action, lifting the toes and the foot, but we're making it harder by putting the other foot on top. So you swapped feet now. Push down with the top foot and lift up with the bottom foot. Push down with the top and lift with the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down we go. Well done. Have a little rest, a little wiggle. Set number 2. Lift up hard. Push down with the top foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Have a little wiggle. And don't forget, as well as resting the foot on top of the foot, you can also put your hands on top of your thigh, So as you push down, you can push down with your arms a little bit as well. Hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, well done. Just relax those toes out. Now, if some of you had a problem getting the one foot on top of the other, another way of doing it, slightly different way, is using a band. So if we put the band on the floor in front of us, and we just stand on the band, get the band flat on the floor. That's it. So my right, I need the band a little further up so it covers the ball of the foot and the toes. Ball of the foot and the toes are on the band. Okay. So I'm going to lift my left foot up as I pull the band up and over the toe. I'm going to stretch it down. So this is quite tight here, stretching on this toe here. So keep this foot flat, and the right foot I'm lifting up. You can see that that's a little bit loose and easy for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the foot up again, pull the band, and get it even stronger, even closer. That's harder. So you need to play around with this. It's a little bit awkward, but it's an alternative if you can't put your other foot on your foot like we just did. Okay, so I'll give you a few moments just to practice that position. Let me just show you again. So I've got my right foot on the band on the floor with the ball of the foot and the toes on the band. I then lift up the end of the band, right, the end that's on my right side. I pull it tight, and then I get my left leg onto that tight band, and then I pull it across it, making it tight, yeah? Putting it across and placing it down. Then I'm lifting up. I can feel the band slipping a little bit, so you have to just play around and make it work the best way you can. But I think perhaps this one is easier to organise and it's just as good. Okay, well done everyone. Have a little rest, and then we're going to move on to a couple more things. So just going back to this one where we were lifting the toes first, lifting the feet. I just want you to do a slightly different angle on this now. So we've got the heels on the ground and we're going to swivel the same time as we're lifting the toes. I call this the windscreen wiper. So we're lifting the toes, we're lifting the feet, and we're going from side to side, side to side, side to side. Well done. Side to side. Keep lifting the feet, keep lifting the feet. When you're ready, just pop them down, have a little rest. And we'll just do that once more. So we're lifting the toes, lifting the toes, lifting the feet, pivoting on the heels. Well done. Excellent work, everyone. Keep lifting those toes, lifting their feet, and you'll feel quite a bit of an ache up the front of the foot. So the shin muscle was strengthening, and the back of the leg was stretching, sorry. Okay, right, okay. So we've done the pointing action and we've done the pulling back action. Now we're going to look at the two different actions of the feet that roll out, where we lift the arches and we put the weight on the outside of our feet, and the opposite when we roll in and the outside of our feet lifts and our arches sort of flatten. Our knees come knock in together. So rolling the feet out, the knees are coming out slightly, and rolling the feet in, the knees are coming in slightly. Okay, now what we want to do in the class, especially when we're doing our one leg balances and everything, we wanted to try and remain in a neutral position. So we're not rolling out and we're not rolling in, but we're staying nice and neutral, but also with a nice lifted arch. So we're not letting the arch roll in and soften. So let's look at the arch of our foot. So I'll just show you from the side. Oh, excuse me, I'll just turn around so you can see. So if I'm totally relaxed and I slightly roll in, you can see that the arch flattens. Hopefully you can see anyway. So what I've got to try and do is raise the arch using my muscles, but without scrunching the toes up like that. So what you've got to try and do is draw this bit of the foot in a little bit. The heel comes in and you pull up in the arch area. Pull up here. It's quite tricky to get used to it. I can feel, when I feel it now, I can feel the tight muscle under the arch working, and then relax. So pull it up and in, lift the arch, lift the arch, lift the arch, and lower. Pull up, lift the arch, and lower. Well done. I'm going to show you from the front now. You can do this with both feet at the same time if you want. Just very, very slightly roll onto the outside of the foot, not massively, just slightly put your weight on the outside of the foot and pull the ball of the foot in, the heels in, and lift those arches up, lift those arches up. And release, give those toes a wiggle. Well done. Okay. There's a couple of other exercises I want to show you, particularly if you've got pain in your arches or pain in the soles of your feet. One is the tennis ball roll, or whatever you've got, whether it's an orange, a onion, a apple, and you go from the ball of the foot and the toes, and you're literally just rolling up to the heel. You can vary the speed, you can vary the pressure depending on how you feel. But the most important thing is you do this for about 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes. We're not going to do it quite that long for this video, but when we finish the video, or if you want to pause it now and time yourself for doing 2 or 3 minutes, that's when you're going to get the most benefit from this exercise. Once you've done the 2 or 3 minutes on one leg, then change over and do the 2 or 3 minutes on the other leg. Well done, feels quite nice. Let's just have a little go on the other leg. So rolling it, pulling it back. Some people use a smaller, harder ball, like a golf ball. That's fine as well. I've got a tennis ball. If the ball is very soft, like one of those stress balls, it might just squash a bit too much. So tennis ball's good, golf ball's good. See how you get on. So keep going on that side as well. This is to help massage and soften the arches and relieve any pain or tension in the arch of the feet. Well done. Okay, when you've done your 2 or 3 minutes on each side, we're going to move on to some toe yoga now. So toe yoga, basically, we're going to try and lift the big toe up, but not the other toes. I do this by just holding them down. You may not be able to reach with your hands, but if you can, push your four toes down and lift your big toe. And then let go of your hands and see if those 4 toes will stay down when you've got your big toe up. Well done. So 4 toes down, big toe up. If they come up when you let go, just keep them down there while you lift the big toe up and down, up and down. Well done. Try that on the other foot. If you can't reach your fingers, you can possibly step on those toes if you want to. And lift the big toe up and down while you're stepping on the other toes. Or placing your fingers on if you want to. So fingers on the toes, lift the big toe. Can they stay down while you've got the big toe lifted? I can on that side. I can't on the other side, but I can on that side. Can I put the big toe down? And can I lift the big toe up on its own? Just about, with those 4 toes staying down. So have a little practice and a little bit of toe yoga. Well done. The other combination is the opposite, keeping the big toe down. So you can put your toe on your big toe and then lift the other 4 toes up if you can. Yes, well done. Toes down, toes up. Big toe stays down the whole time. Now, can I do it without my other foot on? So I'm lifting my toes, my big toe's down. I'm going to let go. Oh, just about keep that big toe down. And then I put them all down. Can I lift my toes with my big toe down? Just about. Let's try it on the other foot. So big toe stays down. You can press it down if you want. Lift the other 4. Spread them, lift them, and lower. Lift the other 4. Spread them, lift them, lower. A couple more times. And then we'll try it without pushing that big toe down. So don't forget, you can always put your finger on it as well if you'd rather finger than your feet. Lifting the toes up, keeping the big toe down. Okay, I'm going to lift the toes up. I'm going to let go of the finger and keep that big toe down now with the other feet off the ground and lower down. Then I'll see if I can do it on its own. Yeah, just about. Big toe down, other toes up. Big toe down, other toes up. That takes a bit of practice, so just have a little go at it. The other thing you can do is lift all the toes up, spread them, start from the little toe and roll them all the way down like you're playing the piano scales. So lift all the toes up, spread them, start with the little toe and roll them all the way down to the big toe. Could do that the other way as well. Start with the big toe and roll them all the way down to the little toe. You can do one foot at a time if you'd rather, if it takes quite a bit of concentration, or you can try both feet together. Well done, just give them a little wiggle. We're nearly there now. We're just going to do 2 more exercises. One is getting a fluffy towel or not a sponge, a fluffy towel or tea towel or something. I'm just going to do it with the band now so you can see, but getting something soft like that and then gripping it with the ball of the foot and pulling it towards you. So you're pulling it towards you. It's a bit hard on the band. It doesn't grip very well. That's better. Pulling it towards you, gripping the band and pulling it towards you. At least 5 on each side. Well done. So I'll just show you from the other side. The idea is not to lift the toes off the ground so much. Keep the toes down and curl towards you. So keep the toes down on the floor and the ball of the foot down as much as you can. So I'm not doing this. I'm not lifting it up like that. I'm keeping everything as much as possible flat on the floor and just curling it towards me. Well done. So at least 5 on each side. Well done. You may get a little bit of cramp in the toes and the foot from that. Let's go back to the other side. You might, if you've got a big towel, you can do both feet together if you want. So curling, trying to keep the ball of the foot and the feet down as much as you can, squeezing and curling. Well done. At least 5 on one side. Try the other side, and if you're doing both sides together, you just get a little bit more in, don't you? So both together. Now you might find it much easier on one foot than the other. I found it much easier on my left foot than my right foot. So you know what to do. Practice more on the foot. That's a little bit tricky. Okay, well done everyone. I'm just going to finish off. I'm going to bring the camera angle up a little bit. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you. Okay, what we're going to do now, if you're able to, just place, just turn that around again, sorry. There we go. Less distraction in the background, that's better, isn't it? Now, some of you might not be able to do this. If you can get your ankle, even your thigh, your calf on your thigh, and then you've got access to your foot there. I mean, any sort of foot massage is brilliant. If you can do any foot massaging your toes while you're maybe watching the telly, putting some cream on, massaging this area, massaging the sole of the foot. But what we're going to do particularly is to work with the big toe. So just grabbing that big toe if you can and pulling it forwards, pulling it back and pulling it away from the toes, pulling it away from the toes. So pulling it one way, the other way and away from the toes. Obviously, if you haven't done this before, be careful. Don't over pull it in any direction. But, oh, just went click then. Did you hear that? So just gently one way, then the other. Okay, well done. The other thing you can do is grab all of those toes with one hand and flex them. So they're underneath that hand. They're all pulled this way. And then I'm just giving the arch of my foot a nice massage there. From the ball of my foot, my heel, all along the arch of that foot, and you'll feel that tight tendon there. Well done. Give those toes a wiggle. Try the other side. Don't worry, if you can't get it up, you may be able to put it on a footstool, or if you're lucky enough to have someone who will massage your feet, take it in turns and have a go at massaging each other's feet. And can you get it right in between the toes as well? Giving the toes a wiggle. Okay, and then focus on that big toe. Remember, see if you can pull it one way, pull it the other way, and pull it apart from the toes. Give it a good old wiggle one way and the other. Don't overstretch it, remember. Just do what's comfortable. Well done. And then take the whole lot of the toes, pull them back, just exposing the arch there, giving that tight tendon there a nice little massage, and rubbing the balls of the foot and down to the heels. Excellent work. Well done. So that's the end of our toe and ankle workout. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll try and do a little bit each week, emphasizing our feet because they are very important for balance. And hope you enjoy the video. See you next week. Bye, guys.